never done this with the microphone turned on before. We'll see how it goes. The brush I'm using is called a gouache a-go-go. It's by Kyle T. Webster. It's a Photoshop brush that I really, really like because you get that very nice gouache brush style to it. It feels organic. It kind of reminds me of Mary Blair's work. She did a lot of artwork for Disney. But it makes the edges of the brush strokes really not straight. Yeah, I think organic is the right word. So right now we're drawing Tusky from the Butler Detective, which is a visual novel mystery game I'm working on. And Tusky is one of the main characters. So how are you all doing this morning or this evening? We will do the muzzle. I did these character designs a long time ago, years ago, but I still like how they turned out. I mean, it's all really simple shapes, you know, the head's circle, ears are triangles, the body is a tear shape with the top tip cut off by the head. The arms are almost noodle-like. It's got that sort of children's show quality where the arms are disproportionate, so the characters cannot lift their arms above their heads. The little blaze here. Oh, hi, Kilo Queen. I'm good. I just kind of woke up. How are you? I'm doing well. Yeah, I know it's kind of early for a Sunday, but I just really wanted to draw this for some reason today. There we go, we've got the head. Just trying to make it more solid and round here. Just tweak it a teensy amount. I've never done this before. This is quite exciting. Just you know, drawing with the mic on. Oh, is the video buffering? Let me check. Twitch recently updated its UI. Okay, it says the stream health is good. It says the stream health is excellent, actually. Okay. Now with the ears, I have a trick with the ears. I draw the entire thing first as a solid shape that's all the same one color. Even though if you look to the ear to the screen left, there's a line. to indicate the inside of the ear, which is a lighter shade for Tusky. And then I create a new layer and I hold down Alt, which creates a clipping mask. So I'll pick the lighter gray and I'll draw over top, and what happens is it masks the light gray, so that I'm only going over the ear layer. Oh, the head's a bit wonky, I'll fix that. Bit of smudging here, I want to make it as round as possible. And I'll turn the blue off because it's a bit bright. I'm using my Wacom tablet for this. And we'll switch back to the clipping mask. I'm glad I was taught in art school not to leave the canvas pure white. Make it gray or off-white. Now we're going to start working on the details of the head, the face, so I'll create a new folder for that. So we can turn off and on the head quickly. And for this I'll actually use a different brush. It'll still be a gouache brush, but there's one I like called Gouache Detail Round, which has a more solid color. And it's detailed and it's round in its shape, so if you want to do something very fiddly like the eyes, you can without making them appear square. I also like adding little highlights in the eyes. They even go out of the eye, which you can sometimes use in some scenes to indicate which direction they're looking in. If you want them to look down, you can lower them. But a lot of my artwork is inspired by the artist Hergé, who did The Adventures of Tintin, among other things. And he uses dot eyes in a lot of his work, but they don't have highlights. So I just like being inspired by other artists, but also adding to it or changing things. You just take as much as you want from the artists that inspire you. Oh, what's my take on the new Twitch UI? I think it's the same as a lot of people who use the dark mode, and that is the purple in dark mode is far too bright. It looks like some of the purple just looks like it's coming from another dimension, you know. But I think they subtly heard from some people, so to me anyway, it appears like the purple has been lightened. It used to be a more dark and saturated purple, or maybe it's just I've been looking at different screens that had different brightness settings on, but here, looking at it, it isn't as bright as I saw before. I mean, maybe it's because of the, because I'm still thinking about the update they did to Twitter and Tumblr, where they made the Tumblr was, the colors were very, very bright, that were too bright. I had to use a extension to make it fit for human consumption, but Twitter, they changed the UI so in such a way that it didn't feel as convenient, which ideally is what you want when you update. I'm just adding the eyebrows to a new layer so I can change the color. Yeah, they're too much, like, they're the same color as the head, so we'll just change that. I'm glad I found these brushes. Should I add a tongue? Yeah, that looks alright. Right, I think that's the head done. So we'll switch back to the, no, actually, we'll do one of the buttons on the waistcoat first. There we go. I also like Tuski's tie. Part of the Butler livery. The livery outfit. And the collar is the same color as the rest of the shirt, so I add a little line. Oh wait, I should add that on another layer. Whoops. Just in case it's too bold and I want to lighten it to gray instead. Okay, now I'll switch to Gouache Go-Go brush. The waistcoat is also black. Tuski's color scheming is very muted. Oh, and I just realized I didn't include the insulin pump in the rough draft. There's supposed to be a little armband. Maybe I won't include it because I feel like this is 1930s Tusky, not modern day Tusky. The modern day one would have the pump. The 1930s one would not, because the pump would not have been invented yet. How does that look with the background? Bit rough here. It actually smudged a bit too much here, so I'm gonna erase that. I don't use an eraser brush for it. I actually changed the brush's mode from normal to clear, which clears it up. And I do that because the eraser brush would have too smooth a erase. I want it to have the same texture as the brush. And now I can just add the undershirt. Now, as you can see, that kind of lightens up the tie a bit. So I'll just go in there and darken it a bit, add a bit more layers of the brush. Being careful not to go over the edge. There we go. I've really been enjoying Twitch. I'm glad I'm going back to it now, today. Because I haven't been for the longest time. I've been so busy. So, the summer's always so busy. I've been wanting to continue playing 428 Shibuya Scramble because it's really good. And I want to do more art streams. I want to keep doing more Good Omens fan art. I'm still not done. I still have more ideas. Now, something I sometimes forget when I'm drawing Tusky is that Tusky has these paws with white ends. They're dark gray, but they're white at the end, like gloves, as some cats do. So I have to remember to add that in before I'm done. Because I've been known to forget.
What-ho!
What was that? Oh, yay! What happened? Oh, thank you for the follow, Kayla Queen. Yes, that was that's the clip I've edited in for the alert box. It's a clip of Bertie Wooster from Jeeves and Wooster. A while ago, I saw someone on YouTube did a compilation video of every time Bertie says "what ho" in all 4 seasons. It's super funny for some reason to me. Because it's all of them together, so it's all the different contexts. Because sometimes it's the genuine what ho, and then it's the oh dear, I've been caught doing something what ho, nervous type. That series is great. Let's see how it looks with the background. I actually might want to add more to the head. Whoops. I'll switch back to gouache detail round. I think we're almost... No, I think we're done with Tusky. So we'll work on the text now. There's this brush that I made a while ago for confetti. Oh, hi Chocho, how are you? Thank you for the bits. How are you doing? We're drawing Tusky right now. Thank you. Now with this brush, it's called I've called it the confetti brush. I'm doing well. How are things with you? I'm doing very well. Thank you. I woke up this morning and I decided to do a drawing stream even though I haven't done one in a while. Because it's been so hot lately. But today, I don't know, just today seemed like the day. Now with this confetti brush, before I use it, I turn on a few settings. Firstly, I set it to a color, and then to make it different colors, I turn on the hue jitter. That turns into all the colors of the rainbow. They also seem to be the same size, so I'm going to change the size. See if that helps. But this is from the brush presets options folder, or options window. Now for some reason this brush is always kind of not solid, it's slightly see-through. So what I do when I'm done with the confetti is I'll take the layer and multiply it. See, I would just change the colors of myself. Well, you could do that. You could make them all one color, and then that would... The pro to that would be you could choose which colors you want for each area. Like here, you could argue there's too much pink in this area. If you want it to be very varied. But just for a quick thing, I just have it on hue jitter so that the computer does it, or the program does it. And I'll switch back to the gouache detailed round brush. Instead of the bigger gouache brush, because this is kind of more detailed for text. I could use the text tool. Oh, I'm glad you found that helpful, Chocho. That's one of my hopes for these streams, is to help other artists find out other ways of doing stuff, because a lot of it is problem solving. You know, figuring out, because there's a lot of ways to do the same thing, and because each artist is different, there's different, some ways are better for other artists than other ways. There's different methods. Because I've learned so much from just watching other artists do things. Because when you see the finished artwork, sometimes you assume how it was done, and it turns out, no, it was a different way. Like, I've started using this program called Sweet Home 3D, which is this free program that lets you create your own rooms, which is really useful because you can add furniture and change the walls and the shape of the room. And it's really good if you want to draw the same room from different angles, or if you want a specific perspective, because now suddenly you have just the right reference for the artwork. And it's ended up really helping. Like, it doesn't have models for everything, but it has a lot to start off with. Do some lines, I think that's it. I'm glad I'm drawing today. I haven't been drawing as much as I did before because I've been working so much on writing. I've just switched over to it for now. I still need to finish my postmortem for the 8 Sweets visual novel. So hopefully I'll get that done soon. Thank you, Chocho. I know the feeling, yes. I'm glad you've been working on writing too. Now with the text 80 followers, I actually warped it